part of the problem, if you would, part of the problem for this team is that those on the left that are all about Kamala don't really understand entirely what they're up against. As I look at a new article that was just revealed in the Wall Street Journal, the problem is Kamala is a little bit too much like one of the cool kids, right? And people don't really like the cool kids these days because the cool kids are kind of annoying. Well, she's such a cool kid that she keeps running off to LA to go to all kinds of Hollywood parties. This was amazing to me. So there is a 10-minute read in the Wall Street Journal. Amazing. Well, they don't really like her, much because the Wall Street Journal still cares about the economy and her economic policy is really, really, really atrocious, I'll just say. Anyway, it's entitled Inside Kamala Harris's LA Life, Soul Cycle, Hollywood Parties, Annoyed Neighbors. So she apparently goes out to Los Angeles quite a bit and had been doing so even while she was vice president, because apparently being president and vice president is like the easiest job in America. Who knew? You don't actually have to do much. You get to go hang out on the beach if you're him, Joe Biden, and you get to go back on taxpayers' dime all the way to Los Angeles if you're Kamala Harris. So it says she'd been doing this quite a bit. In fact, this had become sort of old hat. She would fly out to LA all the time to hang out with all these, special people. It reads, Kamala Harris had a busy Saturday in her adopted hometown of Los Angeles this past March. After jetting back from an event for Latino voters in Las Vegas, Harris retired to the home she shares with her hubby, Doug Emhoff, in the city's Brentwood enclave. Then it was off to an Oscar party thrown by Hollywood power agent Brian Lord, an exclusive invitation that allowed the vice president to mingle with media moguls like Barry Diller, celebrity CEOs like Bob Iger, he would be the guy that runs Disney, and Academy Award winners like Julia Roberts. I wonder if George was there, George Clooney, because he kind of had a hand in all this. Anyway, a long weekend in Los Angeles, one that combines time at home, A-list socializing, and a small dose of campaigning. It is an itinerary Harris knows well. They write. They go on to say that ever since getting named there to the top of the ticket, she's been spending more and more time there in Brentwood. In 2023 alone, this is amazing to me, she spent at least 59 days in the city, traveling there every month except 2. I mean, D.C. to L.A., it's kind of a hike, right? But like we said, it must be the easiest job. Who knew? Well, apparently, according to this 10-minute article, the people in Brentwood are getting a little bit annoyed because, it's a lot of hoopla, a heck of a lot of hoopla whenever Kamala Harris comes to town. And that is very annoying to the neighbors, very annoying to the neighborhood because, quote, the streets always shut down. Oh, get ready for it, guys. Anyway, the point is, this is what the left keeps missing. They don't seem to understand that America doesn't want a celebrity president. I mean, yeah, they got one sort of, right, with Donald Trump because of Celebrity Apprentice. But the difference was he still kind of had his pulse on the working class in America. Heck, the guy likes McDonald's, right? And he grew up in Queens and he was very proud of everything he earned. Very different kind of message than the one that we get from Kamala Harris. And so she's just not resonating. Hence the new poll numbers. She's not getting that bounce out of that Democrat convention. It's got a lot of people really, really nervous. You got key demographics that should be supporting Kamala Harris that are saying, no, wait, no, I'm not in it. I'm not with her. This has turned into a viral moment, and the Trump campaign is wisely capitalizing on it, out with a brand new commercial in which they're showing all of these women that you would expect, would certainly be for Kamala Harris. They want nothing to do with her, according to this campaign commercial. Let's watch.
My name is Jasmine Woodson.
Hi, my name is Silla.
I'm Karen Watson.
I'm Yolanda Johnson from Georgia.
This is BB Diamond from New York City.
I'm Dana Galen, and I'm from Tampa, Florida.
I live in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Out here in Maricopa County.
Kalamazoo County, Michigan.
I am a proud African immigrant living in Florida.
I'm from the great state of New Jersey.
I'm Angelina from Philly, and this November, I am not voting for Kamala Harris.
I am not voting for Kamala Harris.
I'm not voting for Kamala Harris.
I am not with Kamala Harris.
I am not with her.
I'm not with her.
I am not with Kamala Harris.
I'm not with Kamala.
I am not for Kamala. I am for Donald Trump.
I am not with Kamala.
I am not with her because she is not with me.
I support President Trump and the economic policies our country experienced under his leadership as our 45th president.
President Trump will support our law enforcement agencies and fund them appropriately.
Donald Trump made me proud to be an American.
I'm with Donald J. Trump.
We need a leader who can make America great again.
Trump puts Americans first, and he always will.
We need Donald Trump.
I and millions of other Black Americans will cast my vote for Donald J. Trump.
I will proudly cast my vote for Donald J. Trump
Okay.
as our next president.
So you get the
Let's
picture.
make
You get the
America-
picture, and it goes on. But the point is like these women are giving other women courage to say, hey, you know what? It's not all about I just have to vote for the Black woman. Maybe it's actually about the economic policy that will enable me and my family to be successful and have a shot at things. Again, I go back to the inflation numbers alone being so extraordinarily high under this administration. I go back to median income, seeing the largest growth they had ever seen since all the way back to the JFK era. Interesting that RFK would be part of the administration, right? It's rather fascinating because people were doing well and then they weren't. And all of a sudden, they're saying, wait a second, do we really want more of the same? I don't think so. I don't think so. And so this is going to be very painful for Kamala Harris. She's actually going to be seeing increasingly, I would bet, more polls that look like this because more people are going to be sort of okay with coming out and saying, yeah, I'm not going to support this woman because this woman doesn't really, and I think fundamentally this is the problem here, she doesn't really understand or care about me. She's not going to try and make my community safer. She's not going to really work to find economic solutions to the challenges that we now face. She just wants to give giveaways, handouts, because, you know, it's whatever works in the moment. Well, that doesn't work. $25,000, that gets me. I mean, unbelievable. To first-time home buyers, you think that's going to work? You know what it's going to do? It's going to raise the prices by $25K. You look at the Supreme Court saying, no, we have to freeze this thing. You guys were trying to buy votes effectively by buying off these kids with their student loans. I mean, it's bonkers what they're trying to do. We are not Venezuela. We are not a communist nation. And you look at her and her policies, the stupidity of them, underpinning all of them, and you start to say to yourself, is that really what I want? I don't think so.